Hello students, we were studying the chapter Human Environment Interactions, the tropical and subtropical regions. And today we'll start second part of this chapter and with the topic People of the Rainforest. About a rainforest we studied in the previous video that this area was particular Amazon basin. This area was 10° north to 10° southern latitude. So this area is known as tropical or equatorial area. 23.5°, 23.5° north and south. This is tropical area, but this one is equatorial area. So this was about equatorial area, rainforest. So what people do in these areas? People grow most of their food in small areas after clearing some trees in the forest. First of all, they clear the trees, they cut the trees and then clear the land by burning the leaves and woods of trees, while men hunt and fish along the rivers. Women take care of the crops. So both of the activities are done by male and female. Generally, men are engaged in hunting and fishing, right, along the rivers. But women, they grow the crops and they take care of the crops. They mainly, what crops they grow? They mainly grow tapioca, pineapple, sweet potato. These are the main crops grown by the people in the rainforest. As hunting and fishing are uncertain, it is the women who keep their families alive by feeding them the vegetables they grow. Sometimes crops are failed. Sometimes hunting and fishing are not according to their expectations, right? Because it might be happen that sometimes you cannot hunt, right, animals, and you cannot catch the fish. So in that case, what will you eat? So women completely not dependent on hunting and fishing. Women keep their families alive by feeding them the vegetables, whatever they grow. They practice slash and burn agriculture. As I told you that first of all they clear the land. After that they burn the leaves and the parts of the trees, and after that they start to grow the crops, and then after 2 or 3 years or sometimes 4 or 5 years they change the land and again they adopt the same process. So that is known as slash and burn agriculture. It is also known as shifting cultivation. It is known as shifting cultivation because they shift the land for cultivation. The staple food. What is the staple food? The main staple food is manioc, and it is also known as cassava, that grows under the ground like potato. So it is like potato. They also eat quinoa and egg sacs. Cash crops. So which are the commercial crops? Commercial crops are coffee, maize and cocoa. These are also grown in these areas. The rainforest provide a lot of food for the houses. It is used to make houses. Wood is used to make houses. Some families live in the thatched houses shaped like beehives. There are other large apartment like houses called maloka. You can see in this image maloka with a steeply slanting roof. This one. Now, life of the people of the Amazon basin is slowly changing. Amazon basin. Here slight change is there in the life. If we compare the rainforest, in the older days, the heart of the forest could be reached only by navigating the river. In 1970, the Trans-Amazon Highway made all parts of the rainforest accessible. So you can understand that before, before 1970, the rainforests were not reachable, right? Were not accessible. And accessing to these forests only the way was navigation on the rivers. Aircrafts and helicopters are also used for reaching various places at this time. So these are the transport means we can reach now these forests to the depth of these forests we can reach with the help of aircrafts and helicopters. And now we have Trans Amazon Highway also, but earlier it was not there, so we used to do the use of navigation, right, on the river. The indigenous population means the native people of this area, they were pushed out from area and forced to settle in new areas where they continue to practice their distinctive way of farming. So this was the displacement of the people, native people. Now we'll study about developmental activities are leading to the gradual destruction of the biologically diverse rainforest. It is estimated that a large area of rainforest has been disappearing annually in the Amazon basin. Why? Because of the developmental activities. Some projects are started, highways roads are constructed, different kinds of other projects are started. So for that purpose, deforestation is there, and areas are completely cleared. So forests are being cut. So you can see that this destruction of forest has a much wider implication. The topsoil is washed away as the rains fall. You can see here in this diagram, you can see the abundance of trees in the area. After that, during for developmental projects, agriculture has been started, right? Other activities have been started. So the forests are being cut very fastly. After that, in the last diagram, we can see that due to the soil erosion or due to other activities, it is destruction of forest. So the topsoil is washed away as the rains fall, and the lush forest turns into a barren landscape. Now, gradual destruction of forest we have understood with the help of this diagram. Now, life in the Ganga Brahmaputra basin. This was about the life of the people in the rainforest. We have understood about the life of people, their activities, what kinds of crops they grow, what activities they do for economy and for their livelihood, and what they eat, and all kinds of activities. So now we'll study about life in the Ganga Brahmaputra basin. Clear? The tributaries of rivers Ganga and Brahmaputra together form the Ganga Brahmaputra basin in the Indian subcontinent. Because Ganga flows in India, and Brahmaputra the origin of Brahmaputra is Mansarovar in Tibet, Mansarovar near Mansarovar Lake in Tibet, and then it enters to India with the Namcha Barwa, takes U-turn like this, and enters in Arunachal Pradesh in India. Then it flows to Assam and then in Bangladesh. So in this way, these rivers Ganga and Brahmaputra make a big plain. So that is known as Ganga Brahmaputra plain. So Ganga Brahmaputra basin is very important. So in Indian subcontinent, the basin lies in the subtropical region. So which is subtropical region? That is 10 degree north to 30 degree northern latitude. So in this way we can understand this is 0 degree latitude, and this one 10 degree north latitude to 30 degree northern latitude. So this area is subtropical area. This is the subtropical area. So the basin lies in the subtropical region that is situated between 10 degree north to 30 degree north latitudes. Which are the tributaries of river Ganga? Ghaggar, Son, Chambal, Gandak, Kosi. These are the main tributaries of Ganga. And the tributaries of Brahmaputra drain it. Look at the atlas and find names of some tributaries of river Brahmaputra. For example, Dihang, Dibang. These are the tributaries of Brahmaputra we can find in the atlas. The plains of Ganga and the Brahmaputra, the mountains and the foothills of Himalayas and the Sundarbans Delta are the main features of this basin. And Oxbow Lakes dot the plain area. The area is dominated by monsoon climate because India is mainly monsoon types of climate. It is having the monsoon type of climate, and the monsoon starts in mid-June to mid-September. This is the monsoon season in India. It is approximately 100 to 120 days. The duration of monsoon in India 100 to 120 days in India, and it starts in June to September. June, July, August and September. This is the duration of 4 months. 4 months monsoon season. So in this way, Indian climate is called monsoon type of climate. The monsoon brings rains from mid-June to mid-September, as we have discussed. The summers are very hot and the winters are very cool or cold. We can see in this map, this one. This is the Ganga Brahmaputra basin. This one, Brahmaputra river, originates from the near Mansarovar lake and flows through the area of Tibet, China, and then it takes U-turn. This is the Namcha Barwa, and then it enters in Arunachal Pradesh and flows through Assam, most of the parts of Assam, and then enters in to Bangladesh. And this one is Ganga river. Ganga river flows here and it also enters in Bangladesh. Before that, here there is a separation towards Calcutta or the Bay of Bengal. Here it forms the Sundarbans Delta. This is the Sundarbans Delta, and this is entire northern plain. This is the northern plain. Northern plain. The length of northern plain is approximately 2400 kilometer, right? 7 lakh square kilometer area is the total area of northern plain. Clear? Here this area is very suitable for living, for habitant. So it is very high density area because this is plain area. First thing is this is the plain area. Second one, for construction the buildings is very suitable in this area, and manufacturing is very easy in this area. Laying down the railway tracks and transport facilities, roadways, etc. So all kinds of things. And the most important thing is agriculture. Agriculture is very suitable in this area because this is the plain area, and due to the Ganga and Brahmaputra rivers, it is the area full of the alluvial soil or with the clay and silt. So it is very fertile area, suitable for various kinds of crops like rice, wheat, maize, etc. So this is very useful area for people, for habitant. The environment plays a dominant role in the distribution of the population. As we have discussed about the population, the mountain areas with the steep slopes, have inhospitable terrain. So the number of people live in these kinds of areas very less in mountainous areas. So density of population is very less in the mountainous areas. For example, if you go to Jammu and Kashmir, you will find less people live there. If you come to Bihar, if you come to West Bengal, so the number of people live in these areas very high. So therefore less number of people live in the mountain areas of Ganga Brahmaputra basin. The plain area provides the most suitable land for human habitation, as we have discussed. The soil is fertile, agriculture is the main occupation of the people, where flat land is available to grow crops. So different kinds of crops are grown in the Ganga Brahmaputra area, as we have discussed. Cash crops like sugarcane, jute are also grown, and cotton also grown. Cotton is also is the main crop in the plain area, and other crops wheat, maize, sorghum, gram, millets, etc. Banana plantation are seen in some areas of the plain. In West Bengal and Assam, tea is grown in plantations. So tea plantations are very famous in Assam. Assam tea is very famous in the world, and silk is produced through the cultivation of silkworms in parts of Bihar and Assam. In the mountains and hills where the slopes are gentle, crops are grown on terraces. So tea is the crop which is grown on the sloping areas, because flowing water is very necessary and high rainfall is very necessary for tea. That is suitable in the areas of Assam.